What's up guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to more Derail Valley. So we are in Harbour Town. We came here when we brought 3 orders here in the last episode, which spanned 2 parts. We are now about to jump in some of our trains and maybe head somewhere else. Please do grab yourself a drink. Let's hit the rails. Right then guys, so first things first, we're going to be manually servicing our vehicles. We're going to have to untie this baby from here. And then what we'll do is just jump aboard and we'll get it fired up. And we'll do a comparison as well though, just to see how much it would cost to actually service it using the automated machine as opposed to how much it would cost us to do it ourselves. We'll take her over to the manual servicing area here in Harbour Town. I'm going to click that up a bit. Oh, there's something grinding. Yeah, we've got our train brake on still. Alright. So like I said in previous episodes, I really do like this train. I love its acceleration. We're going to have to make sure that these switches are right though. So that one isn't, because that one was taking us into sea where we dropped off our previous stuff. That one's facing this way, so we're going to have to go past it before we can actually do anything with that. This handbrake always reminds me of a ship. It's such a wild and just weirdly pieced together train, I think. It's amazing though. I love hearing that diesel engine. We'll just kick her out of gear. We'll leave her running because we're going to be getting her out of here in a sec. Now I think that's a brake bleed, which we don't want to be actually just going crazy with. Ah, there's the... that's where you plug her in. Right, let's try again then. See if we can actually get up there. Okay, that's not what I intended, but it'll work. Right, oh, where's the machine's gone? Right, okay. So, in terms of electrical powertrain, it's incompatible. Mechanical powertrain. Okay, 1.8. Yeah, we didn't quite add enough diesel. This is the real expensive one, isn't it? Oh, is it because we're using it? Oh, silly me. Wow. No wonder it's never going to be full, is it? If we're running the engine. There you go. She's full now. Oil full now. Mechanical drivetrain full now. So that's nearly 3 grand. How much does it cost us over here? Sorry about this, just absolute chaos. So which one is it? It's this one. So it would be nearly 6 grand, so it's half the cost. Yeah, it's worth driving her over. I absolutely admit that it is. Right, let's get it paid for then. There we go. Right, we'll reverse it back out and get the DE6 in. Yeah, I was at one point considering using her to pull the DE6 in here. But yeah, I don't think I will. I think what I will do is just... I'll pull her over here. Just out the way. So that's to the military base at the harbour town. So we'll just pull her out the way, up there for now. She probably will have despawned by the time we come back here. And we'll just shut her down. I threw the starter there for anybody that noticed that. Silly me. Right, okay, there she is. Right, let's grab the DE6. There we go. So I think in previous versions of this game you could use the remote control with the DE6. But I think it was cut out before Simulator was released. Understandably so. I mean, she's not a shunter. You know, I've done... I used it for some shunting in the last episode because of the fact that it was just very convenient to let her do the last part. Hopefully she's in place. Yeah, she seems to be. There's two entrance points here. So, let's see what we're dealing with. So I think she was 30,000 to service using the machine. I mean, we're still going to have to pay some emissions. Um, 15. So there you go. Makes absolute sense to come over here. So the main cost there is diesel, I believe. 9,000 on diesel. Oil is next, wheels, and yeah, that's probably about it. So, our next job is to make preparations for our next job. So, let's pop over here and see what there is available job-wise. So, there's a couple of things I had my eye on. I'm going to be skipping any shunting jobs for now. There's a food factory in town job here. And I'll tell you why I'm putting that to one side in just a second. There's an iron ore mine west job here, which is 63,000. There's a goods factory in town, which is only 5,000. Pop that up there. Farm, 8,000 odd. City West, which requires Hazmat 2, again, 130,000. I'll be putting that to one side just because of that Hazmat 2 license that we don't have. Same with that one. Shunting. Steel mill. 13,000. We're not going there. Food factory in town. Again, empty cars. I'm going to pop that here. Shunting. Food factory in town. 10,000, but that's shunting. Freight haul to steel mill, we'll pop that there. Now, a freight haul to food factory in town, 28,000, that's going there. And small pair there, another shunting, more shunting, more shunting. Sawmill, yeah, we're not going there. Shunting. Food factory in town, 14,000. Goods factory in town, only 4,000. Food factory in town, 18,000. And sawmill. Right, you can see what we've got here. We have got a bunch of stuff for food factory in town, but we've also got a big pair for iron mine west. So that means only one thing, doesn't it, really? We're going to be coming out of Harbour Town. We're going to be heading north. And there's two different routes that we could take here. And there's one route that goes here, because I don't think this way is really a good route. We could do that one. So there's 3 routes really. So you could come out this way to the east side of Harbour Town, head north up here, not go that way because that's like a loop. I'd go through Goods Factory in town and then up that way. We could also do the same thing here. I think that's probably the quickest route, actually. The other one is to go this way, to head more west and then up, following a very fast track, and then hang left here, go up, take a left, and you're into Food Factory in town. I think that might be the fastest option because of the fact that this is so straight and fast. But you do have this to contend with as well. If we went up that way, we've got Goods Factory in town, which would slow us down because we've got to go in there and come back out and then up this way. Yeah, I think going west and up that way is probably the fastest route because of the speed that you'll be able to get up to. But there's also iron ore mine west, which I want to visit with this one. Definitely hitting that 63,000. So we need to make a decision because this is 500 tons, let's call it. We have got the ability to pull 3,000 tons if it's dry conditions and it's flat. We've got 1,000 tons in the wet. Okay, so let's aim at that 1,000. Remember, actually, guys, we've got another DE6 in the shed over there. So let's just add this up if we were to take all of these, which might sound a bit crazy, but remember, we've got a lot of Food Factory in town here. This time bonus alone would be amazing because it's 63,000 plus half of that again if we hit the time bonus of 92 minutes, which is a decent amount of time actually. All of these are about, what, they're all 67. Right, I'm going to discard some of these smaller ones because I don't think it's worth the risk of having to take them off at Food Factory in town for the sake of a couple, like 8 grand. So what have we got left? We've got an 18,000. We've got a nearly 15,000. And we've got a 28,000. And we can do all of these. We've got the licenses for all of them. So let's add up the tonnage then like I was going to. So 500. Call that 250. So 750. Plus another 200, 950, plus another 600, let's call it, for the sake of easy maths. So, using 2 DE2s, we can take all these quite comfortably. Bear in mind, coming out of Harbour Town, we've got a steep bank up here. Actually, there's a bank here to start off with, and then an even steeper one here. But I would probably go this way, up here. So I think, let's make preparations to take these. We can fit 4. I'm going to put this in number 1 slot because this will be our last drop off. So it's hard to determine what would be next out of these. But what I will do is probably, because these are both nitrogen, either split them up or consider that they might be going to the same place in Food Factory in town despite the length. So yeah, it's a good point, and they've both got consecutive. Okay, let's accept the fact that they're probably going into the same siding, and then we've got the tools as well. So what are we looking for here? And what time of day is it anyway after we've done all this talking? So it's midday. What's the weather like? Overcast. It's going to be raining this evening, so it's probably best for us to wait until tomorrow. So the rest of this episode, I think, will be setting up these runs. So firstly, what we need to do is find these trains. So that's none of them. So what are we looking for? We're looking for nitrogen. We're looking for red cars and these excavators mining trucks, etc. Right, this is nitrogen. Right, so that's 5.9. And we've got a longer train, which is 60. Which is nitrogen. Right, it's none of these. Right, let's go and find the other nitrogen. So we've got one in C. Here's some red cars. So we've got... This should be 35, I'm hoping. No, it isn't. Oh, that's a bit of a nuisance. I was just kind of hoping it was going to be that simple. Right, guys. So basically what it is the other ones are all in E, so... Yeah. Right, let's get shunting them because I want to get everything set up as quickly as possible so that we can do this all before it goes dark. So we're going to grab a shunter. We're going to use the... We'll use the DE2 because we haven't driven it for a while, and we'll see what see if she's capable of some of this extra weight. I'm sure she is. Whoops-a-daisy. Right, so the first one that we would load onto the train is the excavators. So what I want to do is, the reason why I'm not going in there first to pull out D is because I want this one directly behind the locos as the last order that's being dropped off, because the iron ore mine west is going to be the last one. Right, she can stand there for a sec. In fact, just to save a little bit of fuel, we'll switch her off. And let's pull our D6s out and get them ready in position. So we should have switches on, which we do. Oh, she didn't want to start just yet. Or thereabouts. And just shut her down because we know what she's like on diesel. Right, we are going to get another D6, and although this might cost us, obviously, in fuel, I'm thinking it might still work out quite well because of the saving on time, but also saving on things like peace of mind. But also the extra power might reduce the wear and tear on each loco, if that makes sense. Oh, I haven't put the electrics on. Oh, again, I'm just not holding it for long enough. We'll get them connected up. Oh, there's the cat. Hopefully that's enough for them to be sorted. Yes, okay. Alright. So, we'll hop up here and we need to throw this switch into cutout. And now we should be good, really. Ah, the cat's just ran under the train. Don't be doing stuff like that, buddy. There it is. Yeah, we need to throw the headlights on, though. And that should now be... Yeah, so the lights are off on the second loco. It knows that we're in configuration. I just want to make sure everything moves properly as well. Perfect. Right, we'll just leave her there. We'll get some train brake on and independent, and we'll get it sort of prepped but shut down. Right then, let's go and grab our stuff. If I can remember where everything is. So now quiet that sounds in comparison. It sounds like a baby. Right. Right, first things first. E-yard. Ooh. It's anybody's guess. Looks like the very far end, doesn't it? It's wild driving this thing after the DE6 and even the DM3, just not having to worry about gears. Thankfully it's a nice big long yard, so it makes it easier to fly down like this. Right, so we're now coming in from this end. So it's that switch taking us into that yard, into that lane. We'll see how she gets on with this. 480 tons, she should be fine with that. Okay. Bit of wheel slip. Yeah, DH4 as well, you can use, obviously still use the remote control with, which is really good. There we go, that's a healthy contact. What I'll do is just put a single parking brake on there, which I'll probably forget about, let's face it. I love that couple button though on the remote, it makes life so much easier. Bear in mind we've got to go up and down this yard a couple of times. Mind you, we could just link them together, but I don't know whether we'd have enough power in this loco to do that, and it's this is the only loco that we've got at this end as well. Yeah, we'll get the red cars to go behind all the nitrogen. These are also very heavy, so this should be very fun to see what happens here. So this is 3.5. Yeah. It's got to be 12 cars there, I think. And then... this one is 60, isn't it? Yes. So that just leaves 59. This is a mammoth job, this. This is the biggest one we've done yet. I don't know what made us think that this is a good idea. This is going to be absolutely crazy. How heavy's the... That's only 200 tons, so it might not be too bad, actually, this push. I won't put too much more throttle on just because I don't want to have to brake a lot more than what we already are going to have to make sure we don't smash these nitrogen cars flying. I do wonder what was the trailer job, though. It must be a shunting job. One of the ones that I quickly discarded, probably. Right, let's just make sure that's connected. Yes, okay. Right, come on then, baby. Let's see what you've got. You hear the brakes coming off. She's doing it. Poor little thing. Let's go to the end, see how the actual length of just this portion. Yeah, the momentum that we've got here is going to be difficult to shake off. Mind you, she is braking. We've got the full length of train to brake, so it's maybe not the end of the world. That little compressor on that DE2 filling the whole brake line with enough pressure to bring us to a stop. Right, she's all coupled. That part is anyway. We've just got one bit left, which is the 5.9 part. I think it's these ones here. Yeah, 5.9. Right, I'm glad it's in D because it means that we're not blocking D at the moment, so we can actually just come back. We're gonna have to go to the other. We are blocking D. I can't believe that. That's where we want to be. Okay, well. You can hear the brakes hissing because of the simple fact that these locos brake, the brake pressure's being called upon. But we'll get those compressors refilled. Especially this front one. She's responsible for the brakes. In fact, it's her compressor. But you'll see, should see that bar start to drop. Mind you, why have we got the flashing light? I think it's because the DE2's on the end. It'll be okay just to move forward a little bit. Is she managing? She is. Yeah, the flashing light, we need to have that DE2 isolated brakes wise, really. I'll pull her just a bit more forward so that we're actually plenty of space. Oh, we've got the parking brake on one of the... I told you I'd forget about that. She's acting like there's no parking brake on anything apart from that flashing light, so that's good, isn't it? Right, I'm putting both the brake and independent brake on. Why isn't she stopping? Please stop. It must be because of that I think it... She's still moving. She's got to go right to the end there. I would say that's recipe for disaster, but it might just be me. Yeah. Right, let's go and see which lane it is. I think it's this one, which is 5-9. So we want to be in here. That should be it. That was a hard hit. I usually hit at 5Ks. I mean, probably should be going slower than that, but without a doubt, that looked hard, didn't it? Alright, so bear in mind, once we get out of this siding, there's really not very far to go before we're actually connected up. Yeah, she's only there, so This is a monster of a train. I think we should count the carriages, the cars, I mean, just to see. Oops. Right. So that's her all connected up, guys. What I'm going to do... Wow, even just going back here, I can't believe how long this train is. I'm going to make sure that that parking brake is off. I'm going to put her into neutral. I'm going to switch off her brakes. I'm going to cut her engine. I'm going to leave the tail light on. What else am I going to do? I'm generally... Well, I could... That she doesn't have a light. Which one of these is the power? Mind you, if all those are on... Or is that because it's thinking that's the front? Yeah. Hold on, hold on. Now she's set up. So, what I'm going to do is disconnect her brakes. And what I didn't say is the fact that I'm taking her with us. So, she's shut down. She's got her lights on. No brakes. Brakes are completely off. She's got brake pressure in her compressors, etc. in a brake line. What I'm going to do is get a good night's sleep, basically, before we hit the tracks. So I want to say thank you so much for joining me for this episode. I really hope you've enjoyed it. We're going to hit the couch for a sleep. And once we wake up in the morning, we're going to be hitting the tracks hard. We've got our orders ready to go. Right, guys, please do hit the like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more. And yes, hit me up in the comment section. I'll catch you again next time. Please do take care.